I love your podcast. I was wondering if you can maybe discuss the issue that I really didn't understand until this season. I have two boys. One's 32 and one's 12. Little gap there. And this has been an interesting difference in the two of them, and that I wish I would have prepared for before this moment. My oldest, when he played, had to work triple hard to be good at mite, squirt, and pee wee minor. And he struggled to where if he didn't love it so much, I would have found a difference would have found a different sport. It was painful to watch for a few seasons. However, by the time he moved up to Pee Wee Major, kids began to fall off. But he kept working and started hitting the gym and hitting the ice pretty hard. And it was unprompted by me. He had an amazing work ethic and worked so hard. He excelled in juniors and then university and beyond. And eventually, he became a university referee. So didn't become a pro, but he played played junior and university.
This is the older boy.
That's the older boy. Now my 12-year-old is quite a bit different. I didn't want him to play hockey, but his brother talked me into teaching him how to skate and let him to play one season of mite, and then of course he loved it. Hockey came easy for him. Everyone was like, he has so much talent, which I knew meant nothing at all at the wonderful age of 8. But his effort has not always been there, like inconsistent. He was good, but even at Pee Wee, I allowed him to try out for AAA Pee Wee Major. He made the team, but let me tell you how hard it's been for both of us. Now we're at the end of the season, and I'm starting to see that we hear stories of the ones that were really good at young ages that don't do as well later or struggle when the added demands of hockey, because at higher levels everyone's doing the extra work, and now the player has to do more. I've been thinking about why he struggled this season with doing the extra part, and I'm thinking it's the work habits he didn't need when he was young that he does need now. He wants to keep playing AAA, and he goes to I'm not going to say the school. He goes to a academy. I could say that it's been a nightmare because I just can't see him getting his effort level up. Sometimes, like at the academy, it's kind of teaching the same stuff, and it's too much of not enough. What she say was the punch turn and the step jab.
Yeah,
just kind of teasing that. Which says like there seems like even the academy seems to be like too much for everybody. That's it. I'll just leave it at that. There's enough to go on.
So okay, so
what I bastardize that.
That's okay. That's okay. So I'm gonna boil it back. A couple highlights. I'll get your comments, and then you can kind of take it. So highlights of the email, I guess, are, so she has two boys. One is 32, the other is 12. So the one has already been through hockey. It's done. So she was saying he had an easy time, more or less. Like he worked really hard, but he ended up getting somewhere out of hockey, ended up becoming a university referee. So he played through juniors, he did all that stuff, and it was like, okay, cool. With the second boy, she wasn't even going to put him in hockey. And then she was convinced by the older boy, let him try, whatever. Of course he liked it. Hockey came easy to him. So he's now playing when he's younger with maybe players that aren't as good and excelling. It's coming easy to him, yada, yada. So now this year he was moved up to AAA, and she's saying that his effort level has not risen to the level of the higher players now. So the fact that hockey came easy to him is now not enough. It's not enough to keep him going. So she's saying we've done all these things. We've put him in. He's at an academy now, so he's got all the development through the day. He still plays with his team. He's getting practice time. He's on the ice. He's doing all this stuff. And she's not seeing the return on investment for her kid. So now she's wondering, one, is it my kid? Like, how do I get my kid to understand how to elevate his effort? Maybe he just doesn't understand it, which she explicitly said, like, now I'm thinking he doesn't get it. Like, he just doesn't get what it means to try hard. And then what about all this stuff we're doing? So she's like, I'm watching all these camps. I'm watching all this development stuff, and they're doing all these things. They're using the fancy terms, the punch turn and all this whatever. And it's not hitting for her. She's not seeing the value. So her question, more or less, at the end is, like we talked about last time, is it more? Do I need to do more? Do I need to do less? What's the issue? Like, why is this happening? Which I think this is hockey parent 101. This is basically everyone will have some version of this at some point. So like, what are your let's say starting thoughts on just the kind of the story in general, and then you can kind of take your points here.
Like in general?
Yeah, like just in general, like from the perspective of the mom, just like what are you or dad, whatever.
First of all, I love that she's humble to recognize, because I remember in the summertime, and She was watching a lot of the clinics or the camps that we were doing, and almost didn't seem friendly at first. She was just like seemed very intense. And at first, I'm going, "Holy crap! Like, relax, it's a camp." But I understand her mindset now, right? And then she came in at the end of the camp. She was so thankful, so happy about everything. So I get it. You put money into your child's sport. You invest because at some point you think they're pretty good, or they're not good enough. So you think if helping them will make it better. And I get it. And yeah, so from the aspect of the parent, it's like, where do you go? And especially if you haven't been in the game, a lot of people think like you just put time and effort in or money into it. It solves all problems, and more is better. I get it. I get it. And the problem is just it's not true. It's not true. Like I said, my biggest frustration, I'll go into that probably after, right now when I'm teaching players, is it's my biggest frustration is that like I told you earlier, I said I have to find pockets of time in every clinic that I do right now where it's hard effort, where I've got to squeeze it out of them because they're on the ice so much, doing so many things with so many different people. Like okay, I'm gonna be honest. I see that it's not hi coach like it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. It wasn't like the respect for a coach, unless I've lost all respect for people. Like maybe that happened, but the respect for your coach is like it's not as much because they got, and possibly it's because they got four jackasses a day. I don't know. And then one that demands a little bit of respect and structure. It's like maybe they don't know how to deal with it. But anyways, it starts there. It's like just another, and it's just another session. It's just another coach, just another drill. And I think they do so many things at half-ass or nonsensical freaking drills that things don't make a ton of sense anymore. And so my biggest thing is to find purpose in everything we do, but then find something where they actually have to go really, really hard. Because I think they're in a mode. This is what I've come up with in the last little bit. They're in a mode where everything they do is because it's a business out there. All these schools and training, it's a business that it's almost like don't push me too hard or else I'll quit and go somewhere else. So it's almost like making everybody happy. And I know this might sound absolutely crazy, but it's that's what I see. And it's like, okay, I want to do the fun stuff, keep it fun, don't make it too like actual, don't make it hockey. And hockey's hard. So anyways, one of my biggest things is they have to learn how to work hard, and that's again, work hard again.
So what's one of the ways that you, I don't know if enforce is the right word, but what is one of the ways or some of the things you're doing now to combat that too much ice thing, to make them, so you're saying, carve out pockets of time where they have to go really hard? Like, what is your strategy for doing that?
One was an overspeed drill today. Is that what you mean? Like what
are you doing to make it happen?
One is an overspeed drill today, and it's like the focus, and I'm making the focus like really, really like for the 7 minute, 8 minute time period. It's got to be hard. It's like it's just like the energy has to be hard. It's talking to them. It's moving the feet. It's the coaching cues that continue on that, and so that's one. It's getting a small, like today we did a lot of cutback things with as a skill itself, and it was all focused on moving their feet hard for a period of time. And because they're used to just kind of going, they're just used to doing it. So it's like putting them in like a little game situation where you have to do it really hard, and then after that, it's like, okay, we can go back to our shooting and stuff that is not so intense. And honestly, I don't want them to skate 1 hour, hour and 15 every single day where it's full balls out. You have to have teaching and stuff like small like skill stuff that'll make you better. But that's anyways. I find a couple drills that are game like short areas where they have no choice to go hard, and then of course a little battle thing here and there. But I even find in the games we do like little battle drills now. It's just like it's like, can you guys get some intensity?
Yeah.
Do you find?
Yes. So I was just gonna say. So this is my ad.
I'm
what
not
I've been
carving
doing.
kids. I'm just saying this is what I see.
No, I get it because I see the same thing. So what I've been doing now, when we do any small area game, specifically if we do like let's say use like a cross ice 3-on-3, for example, I literally will keep my whistle in my mouth and I say, if you don't make a pass within 3 seconds, like when I count to 3, it's a turnover. And the reason I find that works is because guys will try hard when they have the puck. It's the guys when they don't have the puck that they'll just like not give good effort. So when the puck is constantly zipping around, the probability that guys have the puck goes up, and the more they have the puck, the more guys are giving effort, and that just picks up the speed of the game. So I've been doing that with our guys when we do small area games. It's like you got 3 seconds to either take a shot or move the puck. If you don't, turnover for the other team. And that's been like really picking up the intensity and picking up the speed, which is a pain in the ass because I can't actually give the teaching because I'm waiting to blow the whistle if somebody turns the puck over. But that's been one way that I've enforced it with our guys to make them move it too, just because a lot of them want to hold the puck too long anyways and go through everybody and all that. But the more guys that touch the puck, the more they feel involved and the more that the speed of the game picks up. So that's how I've been improving it. I was going to bring that up with the small area stuff too, because I see the same thing. It's like, and to the point of the email, it's like teaching the kids to work hard. It's the same thing in the gym. Like I had a guy doing deadlifts today, one of my younger guys, and he is a workhorse. He works. And one of the other guys, not so much of a workhorse. So the one guy finished his set of deadlifts, and the guy was like, man, it looked like his head was going to pop off. I'm like, yeah, because he's trying hard. Like, do you see it? Like, do you understand? And that's what I said to him. I was like, do you understand? Like, that's what it feels like when you're giving near maximal effort. That's what it's going to look like, you know? And that's another area where you can help to teach the kids to work hard, is really pushing themselves in the gym because it's so explicit. You're either gassed, you either gave it everything you had on that rep or everything on that set, or you didn't. And you can see how many more do you think you could have done? And you can make it much more tangible in a gym setting, and then that could translate to the game where it's a little bit more abstract because you can coast around. You can stand up and relax when you're on the ice. You know, it's not constant intensity unless you make it intense. You know, where the gym can kind of enforce the intensity on you. So those are a couple of different areas that, for me as a coach, I've been trying to utilize to make kids understand what effort feels like. You know, so
like
that's
consequence too. Like if you do the small area games or any competition drill, one thing that does help is if there's a consequence, like push-ups or win or lose or picking up pucks, little things like that, it helps a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.